every Spider-Man variant in Across the Spider-Verse explained. Welcome back to Nerdist News. I'm Dan Casey, and today we're going to break down the latest trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. The highly anticipated sequel to 2018's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse boasts even more multiversal variants of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Now, if you prefer to read all about it, Eric Diaz has you covered over on Nerdist.com. And while nothing we say is going to be a spoiler per se, if your spoily sense is tingling for some reason from the mere mention of what might happen, then leave now before it's too late.
Get out of here, kid.
Okay, let's get into it, shall we? Now, to the surprise of basically no one, Across the Spider-Verse is absolutely jam-packed with Spider-Man variants. But I don't think anyone was expecting just how many Spider-Man variants are in this trailer. They range from brand new designs to iconic costumes to very unexpected and very deep cuts. The trailer begins with Miles Morales having a heartfelt conversation with his mom, and it frames the entire multiversal mayhem that unfolds in this trailer. After some sweet flashbacks, including a look at Stan Lee's cameo from the first movie, we see Miles just chillin' in his room. Now, there are a number of fun streetwear parodies on the wall here, like a mashup poster for Buena Vista Antisocial Club. There's sashimi instead of supreme, an ASAP Rocky parody called BRT Rocky, because he'll be right there, he'll take his time, a Tony Hawk Pro Skater cover, and a Muhammad Ali poster reading Way of the Butterfly. Now, as Spider-Gwen opens a portal above Miles, a copy of True Life Tales of Spider-Man floats past, and this features the artwork for Amazing Fantasy number 15, the very first appearance of Spider-Man. Miles' jersey reads 42 because that's the number on the radioactive spider that bit him. We also see a PS5 controller float into frame because of corporate synergy, baby! This is a universe where you can actually buy one. Next, we see Gwen and Miles in some kind of MC Escher-esque extra-dimensional facility full of spider people. Directly above Miles, we can spot our first familiar-looking Spider-Man variant. Now, the texture on this guy looks an awful lot like Spidey's costume from the 2003 animated series. Then again, this particular variant just looks classic in every way, so your guess is as good as mine. In the foreground, the black and yellow costume is the bulletproof Mark II armor from Amazing Spider-Man 656 in the No One Dies arc. On the right, you can spot the advanced suit from Insomniac's Spider-Man game for the PS4. And at first I thought he was talking to a version of Miles Morales from that game, but the costume is slightly different, so maybe a variant? In the bottom right as well, you can also spot what appears to be a version of the Velocity suit from that game as well. As the camera keeps panning out, you can see Spinneret and Spiderling. These are spider-powered versions of Mary Jane and Annie Parker, the daughter of Peter and MJ from 2015's Renew Your Vows storyline. The woman with the aviator cap and metal arms is Lady Spider, aka May Riley, who first appeared in 2014's Spider-Verse number 1. There's also a version of the NYPD's finest officer, Spider Cop, who debuted in 2018's Spider-Geddon 4 and 5. Lying down on the girder above them appears to be an homage to Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the yellow jacket from the Spider-Man Homecoming poster. Below him, there's a group of people chatting, and the all-red costume here with the large white logo appears to be the ultimate Spider-Woman costume. As for the blue-costumed Spider-Girl here, that could be April Parker, the secret clone of May Parker, who is also a human symbiote hybrid known as Mayhem. Now, slightly above Spider-Cop in the background, you can spot what appears to be the Mangaverse Spider-Man from the manga-inspired comics of the early 2000s. Off to the right, you can spot a werewolf version of Spidey, most likely from the Marvel Zombies vs. Army of Darkness comics. One of the funniest new additions is the bombastic Bagman. This is the suit that Peter Parker wore in Amazing Spider-Man 258 after Reed Richards helped him remove his symbiotic black suit. To preserve his secret identity, they gave Peter an old Fantastic Four costume and a paper bag for his head. Hilariously, because Sony does not have the rights to Fantastic Four, Bagman's covering the FF logo with another bag. Right above Bagman, you can spot what appears to be Flipside, an android Spider-Man first introduced in Spider-Man 2099, number 29. There's also a figure on the top right-hand side that looks kind of like Peter Parker's classic black symbiote suit from Secret Wars, but it's a little bit blue in this light. With that said, there's another costume closer to the symbiote suit later in the trailer. Peter B. Parker also makes his triumphant return, and this time the B stands for baby. It's confirmed that we'll also see the wee baby Mayday, the baby of Peter B. Parker and Mary Jane. First appearing in 1997's What If 105, May, aka Mayday, went on to become the heroine known first as Spider-Girl and later as Spider-Woman, and you can briefly spot her later in the trailer in a group shot. And speaking of Spider-Woman, we see another version of her in the trailer as well. The woman in red and gold battling the Vulture on a motorcycle is Jessica Drew, aka Spider-Woman, played by Issa Rae. Oscar Isaac also returns as Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099, after first appearing in that delightfully silly post-credit scene in Into the Spider-Verse. He seems to have a contentious relationship with Miles in this trailer, and it looks like these two will wind up battling each other over the best way to take down the real villain of the film, the Spot. The Spot, played by Jason Schwartzman, is a scientist-turned-multiversal criminal who was first introduced in 1985's Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man number 98. We also see a tease for Gabriella O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099's daughter. In the comics, Miguel had a son named Gabriel in honor of his half-brother. Here, though, it looks like Miguel has a little girl instead. From there, all hell breaks loose as multiple Spider-Mans try to attack Miles. In the bottom left, you can spot what appears to be the Superior Spider-Man from when Doc Ock took over Peter Parker's body. From the top of the screen, we can see what appears to be Spider-Man, the Japanese Spider-Man from the 1978 TV show. In the bottom right, you can see Anya Corazon, a spider-powered heroine who first appeared in 2004's Amazing Fantasy number 1. She's gone by the monikers Aranya and Spider-Girl over the years, but this could also be a version of Julia Carpenter's Spider-Woman as well. Now, as the camera zooms in even more, you can spot a beefy version of Spider-Man that appears to be the Aaron Aikman armored variant from 2014's Edge of Spider-Verse number 3. From the bottom left, you can spot the black and silver armored Spider-Man from Web of Spider-Man number 100. He tackles Miles alongside Ultimate Tarantula, a 6-armed clone of Peter Parker from Ultimate Spider-Man number 100. Another armored Spider-Man joins the fray as well, and this appears to be Spider-Man's Mark III armor from the Amazing Spider-Man 682. Peter built this at Horizon Labs to battle the Sinister Six in the Ends of the Earth storyline. And from there, you can spot coming in from the left side of the screen what appears to be Kane, an attempted clone of Peter Parker who went on to become a new version of the Scarlet Spider. And as for that Spider-Man directly to Kane's right, no, that's not the PS1 Spider-Man. It looks closer to the design of Spider-Girl, the adult version of Mayday Parker, who we see in baby form in this trailer. We can also see what appears to be Mary Jane's version of the Iron Spider suit from the Amazing Spider-Man number 15. And there's a yellow costume Spider-Man that appears and looks kind of like Spider-Mechanic, the brainwashed version who worked for AIM and Marvel Action Avengers number 9. As for the portly version of Spider-Man that swings in from the left, this could be Spidey from Earth X. Artist Alex Ross teased on Twitter that he was included in this trailer. The giant beef castle that leaps in at the bottom of the frame with a predominantly red costume and blue augmentations on the arms, shoulders, and legs. This appears to be Webman, a mirror version of Spider-Man cloned by Dr. Doom's special twin machine mirror in 1977 Spidey Super Stories number 25. Moving on to the guy in the vest, that sadly isn't Spider-Punk. Rather, it looks like Captain Spider, the version of Flash Thompson who gained spider powers in 1977's What If number 7. With that said, we do know Spider-Punk will appear in this movie, voiced by Daniel Kaluuya. Moving on, in the top left, you can spot Spider-Monkey, the animalistic version of Peter Parker from the Marvel Apes universe. He first appeared in 2008's Amazing Spider-Man Family number 1. Towards the end of the trailer, we get a much better look at the Mangaverse Spider-Man, and then we see, last but not least, a true fan favorite, the one wearing a cape. That is Spider-Man Unlimited from the short-lived animated series of the same name. Anyway, folks, there you have it. Those are all the Spider-Man variants we spotted in the Around the Spider-Verse trailer. Now, I'm sure we missed a couple, so tell us, what did you think of this trailer, and did you spot any variants that we missed?
Hey, enough!
Let us know in the comments below, and for the latest and greatest in the world of pop culture, make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist.com.